Yatong, who are you calling? Why are you so happily? It's my grandma. She called me just now and said that she bought a refrigerator over the internet yesterday. She said that online flagship stores have more products than physical stores, and the discount is visible, so it is convenient to compare prices. The commands are good. The fridge was as same as described. They have door-to-door delivery service. Grandma was very satisfied with the service and she would write a good command. Online shopping is really convenient now. Comparing with traditional commerce, there are many advantages of e-commerce.
Yes, buying a fridge is a lot easier with e-commerce. As a customer, you can collect information to make decisions and then sharing shopping experience and make decisions. Compared with traditional commerce, electronic commerce can provide us with more comprehensive information, more affordable price, more convenient environment, and more considerate services.
Well, yes, it is. Items bought online are cheap and the price is not subject to geographical restrictions.
E-commerce has brought us many new experiences. What are they embodied in now? Let us our teacher to tell us about it.
Love life, love e-commerce. Welcome to this e-commerce course. The topic of this lecture is the difference between e-commerce and traditional commerce. In this class, I will introduce the comparison between e-commerce and traditional commerce, the process change of e-commerce operation and the impact of e-commerce on traditional commerce. Now, let's look at the comparison between e-commerce and traditional commerce. We compare e-commerce with traditional commerce in the following 6 aspects. First, in terms of the circulation channel. For traditional commerce, there are many links in the circulation channel. While in e-commerce, the products are directly to sole consumer via the internet. Second, in terms of target customer, traditional commerce is generally aimed at some regions, while in e-commerce, the customer can be all over the world. Third, in terms of transaction time, traditional commerce is generally limited to 8 hours of business hour, while e-commerce can achieve 24-hour all-weather service. Fourth, in terms of way of sales, the traditional business is driven by enterprise, while the e-commerce is driven by consumer. Fifth, from the perspective of customer service, traditional business generally take a long time to feedback, while e-commerce can quickly meet the need of customer via the internet. Finally, in terms of sale location, traditional commerce generally need to have physical stores, while e-commerce is online store or the combination of online to offline. Next, what are the differences between the process of e-commerce and the traditional commerce? The above is the process of traditional commerce, and the below is the process of e-commerce. Generally speaking, we divide the commerce process into 4 stages. In the first stage, during the preparation of the transaction, traditional commerce is generally to pass the information of the commodity via newspaper, television, magazine, etc. to promote products, while e-commerce is to promote products via the internet. Second, in trade negotiation, traditional commerce generally use verbal consultation, paper documents, etc., while e-commerce can take electronic documents, network delivery. Third, In the signing of contracts, traditional commerce generally adopts writing contracts and postal delivery, while e-commerce can adopt electronic signature, and the network delivery is fast and highly efficient. Fourth, in terms of payment, traditional commerce adopts cash, check, and other methods, while e-payment is generally adopted in the e-commerce. Through the above learning, I believe that the students already have the answer for the question in the dialogue before class. E-commerce and the traditional commerce are different in terms of communication channel, transaction objects, transaction time, sales method, customer services, sales locations, and operational process. Next, let's look at the impact of e-commerce on traditional commerce, mainly in three aspects. First of all, in the first aspect, the impact of e-commerce on the market is mainly manifest in aspects as follows. Firstly, the market form has characteristics of virtualization and globalization. In the e-commerce environment, commodities include contracts, capital, transportation documentation are presented in the form of virtual information. The market and the competitors faced by enterprises are no longer limited to domestic markets. Secondly, the transaction efficiency of business activities has been improved. In the context of e-commerce, human intervention is not required from the purchase of materials, the bank's exchange, insurance, and other processes. All can be completed instantly through the internet. It improved efficiency of business activities. Thirdly, the transaction cost of business activities is reduced. E-commerce has changed the relationship between the two parties from physical to real time, reduced transaction links, and improved efficiency at the same time. Thereby, transaction cost has been reduced. As for the impact of e-commerce on traditional commerce, the second aspect is the impact on enterprise, mainly in following two aspects. The first aspect is improving the production and the operation mode of enterprise, mainly in first, the change of supply chain. Traditional commerce is gradually transmission, while e-commerce centered on the core enterprise. Through the supply chain system, enterprise integrated customer and supplier closely. Second, the change of production traditional commerce is traditional flow line production, while e-commerce is customization plus virtualization and agile manufacturing plus lean manufacturing. Third, the change of marketing. Traditional commerce is large-scale marketing, while e-commerce is precision marketing. Through the analysis of consumers' preference, enterprise can achieve one-to-one services for customers. Fourth, changes in competition. In e-commerce, the relationship between enterprise has developed from competition to win-win cooperation. Enterprises can achieve cooperation with customers, suppliers, even competitors through merge and strategy alliance. Fifth, The relationship changed among stakeholders in e-commerce. Companies, suppliers, and customers can achieve seamless cooperation. The customer can even join product research and design and play a more active role. The second aspect is organization structure of enterprise towards the networking. The organization of e-commerce enterprise has become network and flight. The third aspect of impact of e-commerce on traditional commerce is the impact on consumer. And the impact are mainly manifested in two aspects. On the one hand, the way consumer purchase has changed. In the e-commerce, we can completely not worry about the feeding of salesmen. In addition, more services can be obtained in the e-commerce, such as many virtual products and services can be purchased on the internet. On the other hand, the shopping decision-making process of consumer has also changed. The changes are mainly reflected in the confirmation stage of demand. Generally, browse the website and the collection of the information and the decision-making stage through the commodity and the price comparison. The behavior after purchase is to share experience, make suggestions, and provide reference for other consumers. That's all. Thank you for listening.